Thanks for joining us. This is Allison Lloyd, editor of Document Strategy Media, and we're live from DSF 19 in Anaheim. And I'm joined today by Guy Hellier, Vice President of Product Management for Customer Experience Management at OpenText. And we're so happy to have you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time
to
kind of sit down and talk to us all about customer experience. So my first question is, one of the biggest roadblocks to superior customer experience is fragmentation, right? Fragmentation of channels, of experiences. So when a great solution that we hear a lot about is about centralization. But centralization can mean a lot of different things. Is it centralization of products? Is it centralization of management? In your mind, what do you think when we talk about, okay, the best strategy is to centralize your strategies to have a holistic customer experience?
It's a great question. It's a valid, very valid concern. But I think you have to look at, well, how did we get fragmentation? And I look back at it and I think, so many different parts of the business, we get fragmentation because all of a sudden a new channel pops up and you have to be there. You can't wait. Your customers aren't waiting for you, so you have to get to this channel. A new one pops up, you have to get to this channel. So that's how we get fragmentation. And I think the issue is not so much about sort of clawing that back in order to centralize, but we need to tie them together in a way. And sometimes it might mean replacing technology, but the fragmentation can be addressed by a 360-degree view of the customer, for example. Just being able to bring data into one place where we can understand what's happening across those channels. So I think bringing the data back to a place where we can see all the activity, that's one. The place where you get the perception of fragmentation is in content. Because often those fragmented channels, they have their own way of managing the content and using the content, and maybe even different people producing that content. So one of the most important things you can do is sort of solve the content management problem in a way where you're bringing marketing production, you're bringing authoring for different types of content in a service where that can actually be reused. And so I think the information about the customer, the content itself, and then one that I think people really forget is just collaboration. How do you actually get business people that are designing, maybe even agencies, to work in a place where they can share ideas, where they can mark things up, where they can just collaborate around ideas so that all of a sudden what you may be doing on those different channels actually starts to look cohesive. And yes, you do have to solve the integration, and you might have to replace technology where it makes for the right reasons. But there are a lot of things you can do to start really solving the fragmentation, not by ripping and replacing everything, but by putting in best of breed and really bringing people and data together.